Yo, this is Chris Blair. How you guys doing? Just sitting back, enjoying some breakfast here during the Golden Week holiday. Now, guys are probably, what is the Golden Week holiday? Well, it's first of all, the way Golden Week normally works is a long weekend of like 3 or 4 days. This is a yearly thing in Japan. It's called Golden Week. There's a long weekend of 3 or 4 days, and then like 2 or 3 days of work days, and there's another long weekend of 3 or 4 days. And because of the way the national holidays line up, there's all sorts of like different holidays that are in this period. So what happens is, it just works out that way. There's always some variance, but there's a long weekend followed by another long weekend. In between, there's 2 or 3 days of actual work days, and sometimes you'll have a weird thing like a Tuesday, Wednesday work day, and then Tuesday, Wednesday work day, and then the Thursday off, and then a Friday work day, and then another following long weekend. Anyway, but a lot of people take the holidays off during that period. And they take a break from their they use their paid holidays. And they take the whole thing off. Well, this year, no, this is breakfast. Clayton, you're having lunch. Clayton says he's having lunch. So anyway, what happens though is a lot of people take a long vacation, but this year Japan government did something really unprecedented. They've never done this before. It is only a one-time deal. There's a change of emperor, right? So the current emperor is retiring, and he's quite old, and his son, the prince, is now becoming the new emperor, and this is to celebrate of that event. In Japan, Japan's now a democracy, and the whole imperial system is just a symbol, right? It's a historical thing, right? But they still revere the emperor and as someone who's elite, right? Japan decided to make a 1-year declaration that the normal work days in between in between those holidays are now special holiday for this year, and this year only. So this results in a 10-day. I mean, I'm not kidding. 10 days. Banking's closed down. Postal services is closed down. This is since I've been in Japan. And I've been in Japan for 20 years. This is by far the longest holiday period ever. Every year there's the 6-day shutdown at New Year's, which starts around the 28th and then ends on the 3rd or the 4th every year. Yeah, the 4th every year, sorry. That's the only long holiday we have all year. The rest of the times, people take their own holidays, but the rest of the system, the government, like the banking and all that stuff, everything's open year round except for New Year's. And so this year is really, really bizarre because it's like 10 days. It's like ATMs, of course, are open, but I'm talking about you can't go to the normal bank and do bank transfers. You can't, no post office service. It's bizarre. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Just been spending a lot of time, doing some work and meeting up with people and keeping busy during the holiday season here. And I wanted to talk about something that's happening, and I wanted to talk about this in advance. And now I know it's May, right? So you're probably not thinking about late June, July, and August yet, okay? But I wanted to put out this video early to get you guys thinking about this, okay? So every year, and it starts really towards late June, but every year, July and August and early September, eCom sellers are out there complaining that their business is bad, okay? You will see this every single year. Oh my God, I can't make sales. The cost for conversion is going up. Facebook ads are not performing. This is the, God damn, it drives me insane. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit riled up here because the number one biggest mistake that people make in this e-com world, right? And I've been seeing this since 2012. I've been around since 2012, 13, 14, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? This is my 8th year. Every time sales goes down, the masses jump and accuse Facebook ads. Oh, Facebook ads not performing. There's some bad algorithm change, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, think about this, right? So Facebook's announced that they're going to be making this change to CBO thing, right? The CBO, all CBO in September, which, by the way, I doubt they're going to make that deadline. Every time Facebook made an announcement on something happening, they're always several months past the deadline for whatever reasons, right? Anyway, when they got rid of scraping custom audiences, they announced it. They about a month out. They said we're going to outlaw this. Get prepared. If you're not, you shouldn't be doing this anymore. There's been numerous big changes that Facebook has made, and every single time, it just doesn't happen like this. It's not some quick, massive thing that just happens. Facebook's not changing their algorithm all the time. Yes, they're making little tweaks to the ads manager, adding functionality, and etc. That happens a lot, but some sort of major algorithm change that affects your ad performance, these don't happen as often as people think they are, and they're always announced. But yet, if you're in these Shopify Facebook groups, you think that there's a freaking algorithm change every single week, and that is just not the truth. The truth is the market is fluid. Okay, we are not in a stable market. The competition's always changing. What product will sell now may not sell tomorrow because of more competition or whatever. Because you're not creative with your ad creatives, you're not creative with your targeting, right? You're not. 90 guys, I've done private coaching for years, guys, and I'm telling you, when someone signs up for coaching, a lot of people sign up for coaching and say, well, suddenly I'm not making, my business has gone down, I need some help, and I'm telling you, okay, I'm just trying to think of one case. I can't even think of one case where I couldn't, say, wait a minute, actually, no, it's you not adjusting, right? 99.99% of the time when I look at someone's business, I realize the problem is not Facebook. The problem is this person's not adjusting to the fluid market, the changing market. They're just not. They're not adapting. And that's the thing about this business is because the barrier to entry to open up a Shopify store is low, right? You need $30 to open a store, right? So basically anyone can open a Shopify store tomorrow, right? So the competition is always increasing. Things are always changing, and people are not innovating fast enough, right? They're not, and people set up ads and they expect the ads to just continue to run, and they're doing great, and no, Facebook favors new content, so you got to be constantly adding new ad sets, which is something I teach in my course about how you launch these ad sets, you let them run, you look at the last few days of results, you kill them, and you're constantly feeding that campaign with new ad sets. It's really critically important, right? Never seen a slowdown in the summer or actually any time. And I know your niche, Ed, and I know your niche is actually great in the summer. So let me go talk about the summer downtime and just talk about how to overcome that, okay? All right, so what's going on in summer? First off, let's get into the mentality of your potential customer, right? This is the most important thing, right? To truly understand who your customer is, okay? All right. Your customer is not, for at least in most marketplaces, there are different marketplaces, but I would say in general marketplaces, your customer has a finite amount of discretionary funds that they can use, right? So they have their rent, right? They get their paycheck, they have their rent, they have their savings for their retirement, they have money to spend on food, they have money to spend on their kids' education or whatever, right? They have fixed costs, and then they are stuck with this amount of money that they can use for discretionary funds, okay? So, all right, so you're competing to get those discretionary funds that they can spend, all right? Now, what happens in the summer? People want to go to the beach. They start to go to barbecue. They're saving money for that August vacation they might get if they get their time off of work, right? So even in July, they start saving for that August vacation. Okay, so they're less likely to buy some random product that's presented to them on Facebook or Pinterest or any social media activity, whatever, that comes to an ad. They're less inclined to buy. That's the reality. But I've got good news for you. And here's the good news is this. How do you take something, get to this, and to reach this conclusion, you got to ask yourself the question, okay, so how do I take a person who's less inclined to buy because they have money they want to spend on vacation or whatever, barbecues, whatever. How do I take that person from being not inclined to buy to motivated to buy? How do I move the pendulum? How do I move that motivation? Okay? You move them by creating a need. Creating a need. Okay. So you start to ask, so that that's how you do it. So now you ask yourself this. You ask yourself, okay, in the summer, given the niche that I'm in, whether you're in the beer niche, you're in the cat niche, the underwater basket weaving niche, the scuba diving niche, whatever niche it is, what products or services, by the way, some people watching this video, when I made my eCom Vantage course in Mastermind, most people I work with are selling physical products, but guys, I've had several people join my course in Mastermind who are in service-based businesses, and they said the training applies to them, even though I never designed it that way. Okay, what product or service can I offer that they must use in the summer? When the fall rolls around, it's no longer useful. Period. So last year, for example, our best-selling item was flip-flops in the summer. Flip-flops. I'm going to sell flip-flops again this year. Okay. And I'm thinking of other summer items, right? Flip-flops, guys. Okay, so why flip-flops? Well, flip-flops are things that they're going to wear to the barbecue. They're going to wear walking around the street. They're going to wear to the beach. And then when the fall rolls around, they're not going to need them anymore. So I created the urgency by offering them a summer item. And I've got some other cool summer items that I'm going to keep more secret because I want to keep them secret. Anyway, so you got to think, if you think in those terms, you can come up with an offer that will convert all summer long, and you can totally change the pendulum and make summer a very profitable time of year. Okay, here we go. He goes, I spent $3,000 on ads. I'm assuming Facebook ads. And I can't get them to convert, yet Google Shopping works well for me. Try testing different videos. Okay, so Google Shopping and Google and Facebook ads or ads in general are different. The reason why Mitchell, is that, think about this, right? People who go to Google Shopping, they're raising their hand and saying, I want to buy something. So they're proactively searching. Okay, they're actively searching. And the thing about Google Shopping is great for one source, right, one channel. But it's really hard to scale Google Shopping big, right? I mean, it can be done. Don't get me wrong, I know people have done it, but it's one source. It's like a sales channel. To really scale big, you need ads. But what converts with Google Shopping, what converts with Amazon is often different than what converts through a paid ad through social media, because it's just a different type of person, right? It's a different type of offer. And someone goes to Amazon and they're practically going, or Google Shopping for that matter, right, and says, okay, I want, I don't know, a cat dog leash. Sorry, I want a dog leash, okay? And they're searching for a dog leash. Now, you got to make your product stand out, and I'm not an expert in Amazon and all that stuff. I'm not going to claim to be, but there's different ways to get your stuff ranked on Amazon, to have your stuff appeal on Amazon. Let me just close this shade here because it's there's different ways to get your stuff appeal on Amazon and etc. So, but you're still swimming in the sea of other dog leashes, right? Because someone's searching dog leash, okay? But anyway, that's a different methodology. But with advertising, you are interrupting them. No one that you're advertising to went on Facebook, went on Pinterest, went on wherever, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, to go shopping. That's not what they're there for. So the product has to be a lot better. It just has to be much cooler, funnier, original. It's got to be a lot more unique to get them to stop what they were doing, go over and buy from your website. And by the way, it can be done, guys. I've done this since 2012, and I've had hundreds of students. I mean, many of them become millionaires, right? It totally can be done. But the point is, it's much more difficult, and because it's a different type of appeal. Yes, Cost per conversion is high. Mitch, why don't you join my course and mastermind group, and you will learn how to create products that will convert. We have 7 hours of training just on product creation and development. Sorry, I dropped the iPad there. All right, any other questions you guys have? And if you're interested in working with me, either my private coaching or joining my mastermind or course group, private message me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Okay, any other questions? I create my own product, so looking to stay within that. Well, without knowing what your product is, I can't really comment, Mitch, on whether that's something that will convert with ads. You may want to make some tweaks on your product or your offer to make it more appealing. It's really hard. I mean, I can only talk in generalities because of I don't know what your product is. You can private message me. Maybe we can work out some sort of coaching thing. I can try to give you some advice on that. Okay, it doesn't appear to be any more questions. Guys, we'll see you in the next video. If you're interested in my course and mastermind group, or if you're interested in coaching, private message me. We'll see you in the next video.